This is a video to show how to create a column which shows the number of days until the next date. And this, what I'm looking at here is assessment date. And this is for use in conditional coding, conditional formatting. So we're going to use the Duration.Days feature with LocalNow. And I'm going to use Power Query Editor to show you how this works. So take a look at the notes below. This is actually part of a larger playlist talking about conditional formatting. So this will help give you some context as to where this is coming from. So let's jump into Power Query Editor and take a look at how we would do this. So the first step, we've got a next assessment date. And so what we want to do is to create a custom column, and the new custom column is going to be the number of days until we have the next assessment. And that's going to be equal to a formula, and we're going to use duration days, and then we're going to use a left parentheses, and this will tell us that this is a nullable duration. It returns the number of days as part of this duration. So we're going to go with I want the next assessment date here. So we're going to insert that, and then we're going to do a minus. So it's the date that we want minus, and now we're looking for the current date. So we're going to use a left parentheses here, and we're going to say date time, DateTime.Date. And so I look and say, okay, I've got DateTime.Date, and then I'm going to use another left parentheses, and I'm going to use a DateTime.Local. And I'm going to use DateTime. Let me just type it all out because it'll make sure we get it. .local. And I want local now. So DateTime.LocalNow. And we're going to put a left parentheses here. And then we want to go in and make sure this is all right. So I picked up an extra date time just because of the entry process. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So we have date time dot local now, and then what we want to do is basically close this one, close the date time before it, and then close the other one. And what we'll see here is that we're still seeing an error, so we're going to add one more, and it's going to say then no errors are detected. So we're going to copy this. We're going to say okay. Let's drop it in. We're now going to pick up a series of days here, and what we can do is, and the numbers look right? So we're looking at 414 and 17 days in the future. So I'm going to rename this now from added custom to added, and I had copied before the days until next assessment while I was in there. And so we can now click here, and we get a days until next assessment column. We can tell what's happening there. So take a look below if you have questions. I'll make sure I copy in the formula that we're using. And hope this is a helpful introduction to how to use the Duration.Days and LocalNow features, and see how that in fact they do work in Power Query Editor. Thanks, and good luck with using this feature.